Hi everyone, how are you all doing? A very beautiful Friday to you all. My name is Adheze Adhana. For those of you who are watching me for the very first time, I proudly represent Royal Place Ministries International. We have our headquarters here in Houston, Texas, and we are situated at 3505 South Diary Ashford Road, Suite 296, Houston, Texas. And our zip code remains 77082. We have a branch in New York, we have a branch in Michigan, we have 3 branches in Lagos, Nigeria, and we are expanding. We are an expanding ministry, and if you feel like God is leading you to partner with us in in opening a branch, opening a church in your country or in your location, you want to reach out to my Bishop Blessing Samuel, and you both will be able to take it from there as God leads him. We are blessed to have a major prophet of God as our presiding bishop. His name is Bishop Blessing Samuel. He's a man who teaches the undiluted word of God. He is a major prophet. He's not a prophet who says, "Thus says the Lord," when God has not spoken. He hears the voice of God clearly, and he tells you what God is saying expressly, at every point in time. So you want to stay connected to him. He comes on Facebook every Mondays through Fridays at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time to teach us the undiluted word of God. Please make sure that you are following him on Facebook. You can find him as Blessing Samuel, his normal profile page, and his official page, Bishop Blessing Samuel. He streams live on that page Mondays through Fridays. All right, please make sure that you are following him on both platforms so you never miss any of his teachings. You will be blessed. I have been blessed. A lot of lives are being blessed daily, and I know you will not be an exception. All right, so let's go into today's topic. I was just pondering over the week, I've been pondering, what do I talk to you all about? There are so many things to talk about in marriage, in life. Every time I come on Wednesdays or Fridays, I come to inspire people to live their best lives and to make the best of their relationships and their marriages, and for you to just live a life of purpose, and for you to have a great relationship. All right, and so today I decided that I was just going to talk about who do I marry? What are the things that I am meant to be looking out for as a man or as a woman, as I am trying to settle down in marriage. Okay, now marriage is a very beautiful thing. Like I always say, whoever you marry is going to shape the rest of your destiny. It's going to hugely impact your future. You do not want to marry someone who's going to mar your destiny. Marriage is not a child's play. Marriage is something that you have to be prepared for. Like I always tell people and those I counsel, I say, listen, you need to prepare for what you are praying for. It's good enough that you're trusting God for a spouse. It's good enough that every day you're in prayers, fasting, trusting God to bless you with a husband, trusting God to bless you with a good wife. But you also need to prepare for what you're praying for, because if you do not prepare for what you're praying for, when you receive that gift, you will not know what to do with it. You will not know how to handle it, and you will just treat it anyhow. And at the end of the day, what happens? You lose it, or you do not even enjoy it, and you start to ask yourself, why was I even praying for marriage all along? You know that feeling, like, right? Like when you get married and you're like, oh, is this what I've been praying for all along? Why was I even in a hurry to get married? A lot of people do not prepare for marriage before going into marriage. All right, so today I just want to share some few things that you should look out for as a man, and things you should look out for as a woman. So I'm going to start with the women first, and I wrote some of them down so that my thoughts are not all over the place. Okay, now I said the first thing you want to do is you want to marry a man who truly loves God. You want to marry a man who truly loves and submits to God. And listen, the fact that you see a man in church doesn't automatically mean that he truly loves God. I always say that the church is like a hospital. There are different kinds of people from all walks of life in the church. So just because you meet in church, or because you meet this man in church, does not automatically make him a man who truly loves God. You have to watch out for, his lifestyle. Is his words, are they aligning with his actions? Does he say one thing and then he goes ahead to do something else? You want to marry a man who truly, truly, truly loves God. And if a man truly loves God, listen, the more he loves God, the more he will learn to love you. Okay? Because he cannot give what he does not have. So it is best for you as a woman to marry a man who truly loves God. Because when he truly loves God, he's going to help your spiritual life. He's not going to be an impediment to your growth. He will see your marriage, your union, the way God wants him to see it. But if he doesn't truly love God, he doesn't respect God, he doesn't submit to God, he doesn't submit to, to the teachings of the Bible, there is no way he's going to practice anything in the Bible that will help your marriage. And you know that the marriage is our blueprint for a successful marriage. So you want to marry a man who truly fears God. If you're a woman, you want to marry a man who truly, truly submits to God. And if you recollect what I just said, make sure that his words align with his actions. Okay, in church, outside the church, at his place of work, the way he relates with people, you will see all of these things. Pay attention to those things, okay, before you say yes to him. All right, make sure that he truly loves God and that he's not just a church goer. Make sure that he's not just a religious man. Make sure that he truly loves God, because when he loves God truly, he's not going to want to hurt you. He's not going to do things that, will he's not going to kill you, for instance. He's not going to beat you up. He's not going to do harmful things to you, because that is not who God is. God is love. So if he truly loves God, then he understands the God kind of love, and he would also be able to express that love to you. Same goes for the man. You want to marry a woman who truly loves God, who truly submits to God, that you meet her in church, that she prays the loudest, she receives the biggest rhema, she sings the most in church, she dresses all, without earrings, jewelry, all prim and proper. Doesn't mean that she truly loves God. You need to watch out for the signs, the character of the woman. Do her words align with her actions? Does she truly submit to God? Because listen, a woman who cannot submit to God can never submit to you. You need to understand that. And for the women, if he does not love God, there is no way he's gonna love you. So these two things work hand in hand. A woman who knows how to submit herself to the will of God, which means that she allows the word of God to take over her heart, that woman is not going to find it hard to submit to you, because she loves God, because she wants to do the will of God. Then she will not see submission as a big deal. She will not see submission as slavery. She will see submission as relinquishing her will, okay? Whatever it is that she thinks that she is, relinquishing it to you, if that's the word. I hope I pronounced it correctly. If I didn't, you guys forgive me, okay? But she's not going to see it as slavery, all right? And a man who loves you, who loves God, is going to love you. He's not going to want to control you. He's not going to, want to do things to make you feel like you're a slave. He's going to see you as his partner. So it's not going to be hard for you to submit to him. And it's not going to be hard for him to love you. So both parties, you want to marry a man or a woman who truly loves God and submits to God. The second thing I said here to the women, marry a man who has a vision. You know why? You are a helper. The first thing God did when he created man was to give man work. He gave man a blueprint for his life. He already told man what his assignment on earth was. All right? God already told man, this is your assignment on earth. And that was way before God thought about it and said, oh, listen, yeah, I gave man, this assignment, but I think that man needs, a woman that will help. Because God recognized that, Adam needed a helper. He needed a companion. There was just no way he was just going to do all of these things on his own. He needed somebody. He needed a partner. And then God created the woman. So if you're a woman there, listen, you want to marry a man who has a vision. A man who has a vision will be able to lead you aright. A man who has a vision is not going to be working in circles. Just a moment, please. Yeah. So a man who has a vision is not going to leave you walking around in circles. He already has a blueprint for your marriage. Okay, because he has this vision for his life, he's able to carry you along. You already know, okay, 5 years from now, this is where I want to be. 10 years from now, this is where I want to be. And then you can ask yourself, do I fit into the vision of this man? Because remember, I said you're a helper. If he doesn't have a vision, listen, whatever you do will look like an impediment to him. You don't want to marry a man who doesn't have the blueprint of his future. You don't want to marry a man who doesn't know where he's heading to. He's going to lead you astray. You want to marry a man who has a vision, a clear map for where he's going to. It doesn't mean that he's going to achieve all of these things like right now, but at least he has a blueprint for the future. It's just like you entering into a vehicle without direction. You're just going to keep driving, and then before you know it, you both are stressed in that, on that journey. Listen, a journey without direction is a journey heading nowhere. It will end up with frustration. At the end of the day, you guys will probably just go your separate ways, because nobody just wants to be, in a vehicle that is not going anywhere. One person will eventually alight out of that vehicle, right? So you don't want to marry a man who does not have a vision for his life, or a clear-cut map, for his destiny, what he hopes to be. All right, because you are a helper. You're just there to help his vision. And now for the men, this is so critical. Marry a woman who understands that she is your helper and not your competitor. Because a woman who cannot submit her vision to your vision is a woman who will cause division in your home. So you want to ask all of these questions, and that's what I said. As a man, you have to know where you're going to. You have to have a vision, because it is only when you have a vision, then you can now decide to find a woman whose vision aligns with your vision. You don't want to marry a woman who is not going to submit her vision under your vision. And listen to me, my beautiful sisters out there. You want to marry a man who has a vision, and you also have a vision. Listen, you have to submit your vision under his vision. You're not going to be running his vision, your vision apart with his own vision. So that is why you have to know for yourself, can I submit my vision under the vision of this man? Does my vision, the vision for my life, align with his vision? And that's why I said you have to marry a man who has a vision. So if your vision aligns with, his own vision. So as a man, you want to marry a woman who is willing to submit her vision under your own vision, because there cannot be two captains in a ship. There is no way one person will be running with this vision and the other person is running with this vision. At the end of the day, you both will not be teammates. You both will become competitors. Nobody's going to be helping each other. And as a woman, you're meant to help the vision of your husband. If you don't think that if you believe you want to run your own vision, then probably you just stay by yourself and never get married to a man who has a vision. You probably might want to stay by yourself or marry a man who probably doesn't have a vision, and that's actually going to frustrate you eventually. All right, it's actually going to frustrate you. So what you want to do is identify, that this man has a vision, a clear-cut vision for his life. And as a man, identify that this woman, understands that she cannot be competing with you. Okay, she's there to support your vision. Her vision has to align with yours. She has to submit her vision, okay, under your own vision, because that is the only way there will not be division in the family. Both parties, a family should work towards a common goal, and that is when, you know, both parties would be successful. If you're a woman, you are meant to be the helper. You're meant to help his vision. And that doesn't mean that you're just going to be aloof. A helper has a lot of work to do, honestly speaking. Because basically what you are to this man is an amplifier of his vision. And what the man is to you, he is a man who is giving you a vision to run with. So you have to be sure that your vision aligns with his vision. Very, very important. Very, very important. You don't want to marry a man who has no purpose. As a man, you don't want to marry a woman who has no purpose. A woman who believes, listen, the woman you're going to marry must have a vision for her life. But her vision, she should be able to align that vision with yours and be willing to submit it, you know, under your vision. So together, your vision and her vision aligns. And then when it aligns, both of you now work as a team. Okay, both of you work as a team, and then you do exploits. Okay, now the third thing I said here, I said to the women, marry a man who can protect you. Very, very important. You don't want to marry a man who will kill you. You need to be very careful. Just because they say all of the sweet things doesn't mean that they will protect you when the time comes. You need to find out, how does this man react when people attack you? Does he protect you? Or does he expose you to people to feast on, feed on, you know, trample upon? A man who cannot defend you, okay, you know, like protect you publicly, is not a man that you really want to spend the rest of your life, because you'll be struggling in that marriage. If people realize that your husband cannot protect you, then they will be doing all manner of things to you, okay, because they know, oh, her husband doesn't even send her. And then, you know, that you just turn into a footman because he's not protecting you. If he can't protect you from his friends, he can't protect you from society, he can't protect you from his family, he just lets people walk around you. And I'm not saying that you do all the nasty things and you're expecting a man to protect you. No, that man shouldn't even marry you. If you're always doing nasty things everywhere, you're always causing trouble, you know, you have a terrible character, you're always causing problems everywhere. You go to his office, you cause problems. You come into his family, you're causing problems. If he has an organization, you're causing problems between himself and his workers. Or if he owns a church, you're causing problem everywhere in the church. See, he cannot protect you because he cannot protect your foolishness. It's not possible. He's not going to keep on protecting your foolishness. You're not going to be foolish and then expect that your husband will keep protecting your foolishness. No, you need to work on it. Okay, so this is not for people who have like a horrible, terrible character. I'm saying that you're a good woman. I mean, not that it's not like you're totally perfect. People make mistakes, but not ridiculous things like, you know the way some women can be very nasty, right? That's not what I'm talking about. There are a lot of wonderful, sweet women around the world. Okay, so I'm talking about those kind of women. So if you are that kind of a woman, and you know your husband embarrasses you, or your fiance, or the guy you're dating, your boyfriend probably embarrasses you publicly, you know, people tell him things about you and he's always, you know, believing everything they say. He doesn't even give you a chance to express yourself. He condemns you outrightly 24/7, never defends you. Listen, that is not a man you want to spend the rest of your life with. If he does not protect you in any way while you're dating, he's not going to protect you in marriage. And so when people come for you, he's just going to let them roast you. So you don't want to marry a man who is not going to protect you. Okay? Very, very important. Watch it. It's in his character, you will always see all the signs as a woman. You need to ask yourself if that is worth anything to you. But if that is not worth anything to you, if you feel like, oh, I can always defend myself, then probably you don't need that. But I'm telling you that when that man gets married to you, people will try your marriage. They will come to him, try to say horrible things, make you look like a non-entity. And if that man cannot defend you while you people are dating, or make it mandatory for the people in his life to respect you, to accord you the same respect you give them, not that you're disrespectful and you want him to make people respect you. No, that's not how it works. If you respect them and they keep disrespecting you, disregarding you, and your fiance or your boyfriend keeps letting it fly, listen, he's not going to protect you in marriage. He's already showing you who he is. So just make sure that you already know what it is that you're going into. But I always advise, marry a man who can protect you. Okay, that way you know that he will always stand up for you, not stand up for your foolishness. He will always stand up for justice. Okay, so don't put him in a situation and you say, oh, you're supposed to protect me, and then you're being all, nasty to people, doing unimaginable things, and you still want him to protect you. You're very rude, you dishonor people, you disrespect people, and you still want him to defend you. How is that going to work? He's not going to be able to defend you, especially if he's a man who is a strong Christian or he has great morals. He's not going to defend things like that. Okay. And I said another thing. And then also to the men, marry a woman who will protect your secrets. You don't want to marry a woman who is very flippant, like, everything you tell her confidential things, and then the next minute it's everywhere. That's a big problem. A woman who is very loose with her mouth, like she's always involved, she's always gossiping here and there. You don't want to be with such a gossip. You don't want to marry a gossip as a wife. If you marry a gossip, listen, at the end of the day, all your secrets will be out in the open. Everybody will know. You are the only one that might not know, and they'll be looking at you. So whilst I'm saying to the men, okay, I think I'm just going to stop with these 3 points for today, because I do not want this video to exceed, all right? And these are not all of the qualities to look out for, okay? I definitely will be doing subsequent videos, okay? And, I definitely will still be talking about these things, as we go on in, subsequent series. Marry a woman who's going to protect your secrets. The same way I've just told the women to marry a man who will protect her, I'm telling the men out there, if you want to settle down, make sure that this woman protects your secrets. Start by telling her some few things that you feel like, might not cost you anything, even if people find out. See if people find out. Okay, now how do you also know if that woman is constantly telling you other people's secrets? Okay, constantly telling you about, different people, everybody's secret, like she's always telling you everything. That woman has a problem. One day your own will go out. Okay, so you need to be very careful. You do not want to marry a woman who cannot protect your secrets. Everybody has their secrets, okay? And you don't want to be with a woman who talks, over the board, like, not just saying, basic talk. I mean, that she communicates with you or expresses herself. I'm saying that, a woman who is so flippant to the point that she doesn't even keep her own. Her secrets are everywhere. You don't want to be with such a person. You don't want to be with somebody who is very careless. That woman will eventually sell you out. Okay? And if, let's say, for instance, you guys quarrel or things are bad, you probably will be hearing about your story, things you told her in confidence. The woman will go around broadcasting it to the world. If you are lucky, she will not carry it to the tabloids. But if you are very unlucky, the whole world will know everything, even the ones you did not do, the ones you did, everything. So you want to watch out for these signs. A woman who talks too much, who tells you everything about everybody, has a problem. She's never going to be able to keep, the things you tell her in confidence. Tomorrow, if something goes wrong, it's going to be everywhere. So marry a woman who can protect the things you tell her, the information that you give her. Make sure that she's not a woman who is seeking for information to use, okay, against you the day you look for her problem. You need to see how do you know these things? How she treats the people in her life. Now, probably this lady is close to somebody. She's close to a friend. She has a friend who she's probably close to. And let's say, for instance, herself and her friend, they now have this very bitter fallout, a bad fallout. And now this woman is telling you everything terrible that girl probably did in her life, all the abortions she committed, all the places they went together, all the men she was hanging out with. Listen, that is not gist. That person is not a woman to be trusted. A woman that can tell you all the secrets of her friends is not a woman to marry. Mark my words. Tomorrow she will tell your own secrets. The secret of your own family members will also be out there. So please remember these 3 things that I discussed today. Number 1, marry a man who truly loves and submits to God. Same for the women, for the men, marry a woman who truly loves and understands what it means to submit to God. I said number 2, marry a man that has a vision. If you're a woman, you are a helper. You are there to help his vision. Okay, and for the men, make sure you marry a woman whose vision aligns with yours, and a woman who understands and knows that she needs to submit her vision under your vision. Okay, and like I always say, we women are incubators. Whatever you give to us, we multiply. So you have to make sure that as a man, you have a vision. Because if you don't have a vision, what is your wife going to help you out with? What is she going to help you out with? Then at the end of the day, you guys are just bored. There is nothing to do in that marriage because you both don't have goals that you're working towards. Okay? And the 3rd thing I said marry a man who can protect you as a woman. All right? Same goes for the men. Marry a woman who can protect your secrets. All right? These are just 3 out of so many things to look out for when you choose to settle down. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Remember, I said that earlier on. And marriage will shape the outcome of your destiny. Whoever you decide to settle down with will shape the course of your destiny. This is not something that you do out of emotions. This is something that you do as led by the Spirit of God. And then looking, you have to open your eyes. If you refuse to open your eyes before marriage, marriage will open your eyes for you. Don't get carried away, because a lot of us can present ourselves, the way we want you to perceive us, okay, before marriage. So that's why you have to take your time to know this person, be friends with this person, date this person, watch how they relate with people around them. That goes to show how they would relate with you in marriage, okay? Try to find out, even when they are not watching, ask questions. As a man, ask questions. As a woman, ask questions. Okay, the more you ask questions, the more you get to know who your partner is. Please do not take your choice of a life partner, don't take it lightly. Make sure that you marry your own husband. Make sure that you marry your own wife, and make sure that you do it right. Till I see you all next week, Wednesday. Stay blessed, stay beautiful. Do not forget to stay connected to us on all our social media handles. On Facebook, Growing Place Ministries International, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And do not forget to follow my Bishop Blessing Samuel, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I love you all, and please stay beautiful and stay connected to RPMI. God bless you all.